All right, let's jump right in. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're going to tackle the wild, emotional, and, let's be honest, incredibly high-stakes world of selling a home. Looking at the data, it's super clear. If you're getting ready to pound that for sale sign into your front yard, you absolutely need to hear this first. We're going to break down those small, entirely preventable mistakes that can easily turn a smooth home sale into a totally stressful, costly nightmare. And hey, just to show you exactly what's on the line here, think about this number. Recent data from Opendoor and the National Association of Realtors shows that the average home seller leaves anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000 on the table. Like, wow. Think about that for a second. That is a massive chunk of your hard-earned equity just gone. And the crazy part? It's almost always lost because of super simple missteps that you can completely avoid.
Section 1. Why seller mistakes matter.
Section 2. Mistake number 1. Overpricing.
Selling your home is probably the biggest financial transaction of your entire life, right? So getting the price right out of the gate is absolutely crucial. It's actually kind of fascinating to see the difference between two common seller mindsets. So many of us think, well, I should aim high so I have some wiggle room for negotiations. Okay, actually, scratch that. That is a super dangerous trap. When you overprice, you are literally just helping to sell competing homes. A buyer's agent is going to show your overpriced home, and then they'll take their clients to a correctly priced home just down the street. It makes that other house look like an absolute steal. The priced right strategy, though, that immediately attracts serious buyers, and honestly, it can even spark a bidding war.
And the penalty for getting that price wrong is, frankly, pretty severe. Homes that are priced right usually sell in an average of just 20 days. But homes that are overpriced, the ones that eventually have to drop their price anyway, they sit on the market for 50 days or more. This creates what real estate experts call the stigma effect. When a house just lingers and lingers, buyers start to wonder, what's wrong with this place? They assume you're getting desperate, which, you guessed it, invites some seriously lowball offers.
Section 3. Mistake number 2. Poor presentation.
You can price a home perfectly. But if buyers aren't wowed when they pull into the driveway, or if they walk in and just feel totally overwhelmed, you've already lost them. And fixing your presentation really doesn't have to cost a fortune. Just start outside, Tidy up the garden, maybe power wash the driveway, give the front door a fresh coat of paint. Inside, you absolutely must declutter and depersonalize. Buyers need to picture their own lives in the space, not yours. So pack away the family photos and that oversized furniture. And here is a fantastic piece of data. Just neutralizing your paint colors to soft whites or warm grays can actually yield a 250% return on investment. It's all about creating that clean, blank canvas.
Oh, and please do not ignore this classic real estate rule. If you can smell it, you can't sell it. Seriously, we all get nose blindness to our own homes. We just don't notice the lingering smell of the dog, last night's salmon, or cigarette smoke. But let me tell you, a buyer is going to notice it the literal second they walk through the door, and it triggers a really intense, negative emotional reaction. Do yourself a favor and have a completely, brutally honest friend do a smell test before you list.
Section 4. Mistake number 3. Weak marketing.
It is pretty staggering to realize that 97% of buyers start their home search online. Think about that. Your home's true first showing doesn't actually happen when they walk through the front door. It happens on a smartphone screen, probably late at night while they're sitting on the couch. If your digital curb appeal is weak, buyers are just going to swipe right past your listing. High-quality marketing isn't just nice to have anymore. It's absolutely non-negotiable.
Professional photos generate 61% more online views than amateur ones. That's huge. Relying on dark, cluttered smartphone photos is literally $1 million mistake in some markets. Professional photographers know exactly how to use lighting, wide angles, and proper editing to really showcase your home's true potential. And that is exactly what drives crucial foot traffic to your front door.
Section 5. Mistake number 4. Ignoring repairs.
Look, it is incredibly tempting to just list a home as is to save some money and a headache up front. But the data shows something really interesting. Buyers wildly overestimate the cost of repairs. Let's say you leave a visible issue, like a minor plumbing leak that might cost you maybe $2,000 to fix. Well, a buyer is going to see that, totally panic, and demand a $5,000 to $8,000 price concession. Or worse, they'll just walk away entirely after the home inspection. So do the smart thing. Fix the glaring, visible maintenance issues before you list to protect your equity.
Section 6. Mistake number 5. Being inflexible. Selling a home is, without a doubt, incredibly inconvenient. But you really have to remain flexible. First off, you've got to accommodate viewing schedules. If you tell people they can only come by on Saturday afternoons because that's what works for you, you're eliminating a massive chunk of the market right there. Second, whatever you do, do not hover during tours. Acting as a tour guide makes buyers feel super uncomfortable. They need space to speak freely with their agent. And finally, when an offer comes in, even if it's a bit of a lowball, don't give it a reflex no. It is just the start of a conversation. Counter it. See where it goes.
To really drive this home, consider this powerful real-world example from the data. Imagine you're selling your home for $400,000, and the buyer asks for a $600 repair credit after the inspection. If you let your pride get in the way and refuse, that buyer might just walk. Think about it. Refusing a $600 repair is essentially like buying your entire house back for $600. It's a totally emotional reaction that can easily ruin the entire deal.
So let's pull this all together. The big core takeaway from this explainer is that you've got to detach emotionally. You need to treat the sale of your home like a strict business transaction. Just follow these 3 golden rules. Number 1, price it right from day one, using actual data, not your feelings. Number 2, prep and stage the home. Invest in those minor repairs and definitely get professional photography. And number 3, stay flexible with both showings and negotiations.
So I'm going to leave you with this final, kind of provocative thought. Is your home truly ready to list, or are you about to pay a $50,000 penalty just for being impatient? Take a hard, really objective look at your property through the eyes of a buyer. Prepare properly, de-risk your property, and avoid these costly errors before you ever put up that for sale sign. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, happy selling!